And welcome everybody to this week's exciting episode.
It's me, Mario.
I'm the best.
Mario Kart Wii.
Oh, the hours we spent on Mario Kart.
Oh, mate, still one of the best games ever made.
Definitely.
And the new one, I don't know if you've played the new one.
I've not played the new version, no.
It's like an open world kind of Mario Kart. So there's races on the way to other races.
Oh, right.
So there's just races everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty good.
A bit like, is it Need for Speed or whatever, where you just drive around the map looking for races to take part in?
Yes. Yeah. There's just races everywhere. So it's good. It's a good game.
We do like lots of races.
Yeah. And not racists, races.
Exactly.
What I like about Nintendo is they will produce the same thing, like Super Mario 4, but they always find a way of making it different or interesting or changing something that makes it refreshing.
I suppose.
Think, anyway, that's what Nintendo do. They're pretty good at that kind of thing.
They do. Oh, I don't know if we're allowed to say the N word. They copyright strike like loads of people, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah. They're really bad for it, Nintendo, yeah.
But then if you were to say that sounds worse because people think you're not saying Nintendo.
They think they're saying the other N word.
Yeah, which is not a good look for us. So, but I mean, it's kind of advertisement in a way. They can't.
It is, yeah. I'm sure just praising Mario Kart and saying Nintendo do a really good job of making games isn't going to get us copyright.
We're going to sue you.
Apart from the.
Yeah.
Now we get sued.
Well, it's a sound that's similar to Mario. I don't know if that's the actual Mario.
Oh, no, this is from Super Sparrow Brothers.
Yeah. They're not plumbers, they're electricians.
They're from the Bronx, not Brooklyn.
Yeah. It's me, Sparrow. And Spluigi. Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Well, speaking of games, I have a confession to make. I think I've mentioned it on the pod, or maybe I haven't. I've been playing the new Star Wars Outlaws game.
Oh, yeah.
And this will nicely blend into our topic today, so bear with me.
What, the Star Wars part or the games part?
The games part. Not Star Wars. We'd lose all our listeners if it was a Star Wars podcast with me. So this Star Wars game, Outlaws, when I first got it, I saw all the reviews and everyone was hating on it. They were
I remember.
It's not Star Wars, there's no lightsabers, this, that, and the other. Just to quickly summarise it, we have games with lightsabers, like the Jedi Survivor game is possibly the greatest Star Wars game ever made.
Right.
There's a lightsaber. So
Not the Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed, you've got that as well, also lightsabers, right?
Yeah.
So this new game, Outlaws, it focuses on like bounty hunters and like kind of politics and the nitty-gritty
So you
of the
play like
underworld.
Boba Fett?
No, you play your own character, but she is like part of the underworld and the...
Right. She mixes with Boba Fett.
Kind of,
right.
I guess. Maybe I haven't
Just
got
humour
to that
me
part.
here. Humour me.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, she's married to Boba Fett, and why not? And you're basically like, working for a faction and stealing and hijacking,
right?
And, all this. I saw all these reviews, and they were like, "It's rubbish." I started playing it, and I think those things got into my head a bit because I remember saying to you at work, like, it's the most difficult game I've ever played. It's rubbish. Like, how am I supposed to work out this? And I've been playing it non-stop for a couple of weeks now, for a few hours. It's actually a really good game.
Yeah.
It genuinely is like a really good game. Like if there wasn't, don't get me wrong, if there wasn't stormtroopers in it, you would think it was just a sci-fi game. You wouldn't know it was Star Wars.
That's what I heard about it. Was like the reviews that I heard were it's a very good standalone game. Mm-hmm. You've just kind of got to forget that it's Star Wars because of the lack of lightsabers and the Force and stuff like that. That was all.
But I don't mind it as such because there are other games with lightsabers and stuff. I like the new take on it, where it's just a little bit different, and it's a good game. I'm really enjoying it, and it's very, very difficult, but it's one of those things where it took me a while to get into it and to play it, and now I really enjoy it. And because I've been in this video game bubble and I've just been obsessed with this game, playing it every day, it was my turn for the research for this week.
Right.
And I also shout out to my buddy Dave, who somehow he's been mentioned on this podcast like 3 or 4 times.
More times than anyone else.
Sometimes just his name pops up.
It's because I just used the name Dave as a random name. Because everybody knows someone called Dave.
Yeah, and my mate Dave knows I'm into video games now, so he was like, have you heard of this thing? It's pretty wild and weird. I thought it'd be up your street. And I responded, just looked into it. This is up my street. So I've decided to cover this thing. So
right. This thing.
Let me get my notes out.
Right.
So it's all video game based. It's all to do with haunted and cursed video games.
Okay.
That is the theme. And you're probably thinking, what a nut. How is there such thing as a cursed video game?
I mean, I've played some fairly scary video games, but I've never played one that I think is actually going to, follow me out of the video game and into the real world. And that's essentially what you're talking about here, is it? Or
kind of. Well, I would say today's episode is a collection of short stories of cursed, haunted, and kind of weird, strange video games that have left people, even if they're not so much cursed, there's certain games where people are like, oh, I won't play that because it's creepy, or I had a glitch and this happened and it freaked me out. And there's a little bit of that kind of cursed element to it in a way.
Right.
So the main story is the Polybius, the video game.
Oh, that's the flashy lighty one, isn't it?
So it is an urban legend about a lost arcade video game. So I'm taking you back to like the 80s when arcade games were the biggest thing. You had Mortal Kombat, Ninja Turtles, you had, Space Invaders, Pac-Man,
Street Fighter.
All of that, where it's just a button and a stick, basically. You put in your quarters and...
Space Invaders was like...
That was a big one.
That was a massive one, wasn't it? Very simple, very simple to create as a programmer.
Yeah.
Incredibly addictive.
And they would actually have it was video game places where you just go and spend quarters and play video games.
Yep.
And you would also as well have do you remember you'd have the 3-letter name? So someone would win first place and always put ass. Or something. It's like...
You could never get them off the top 10. Everybody used to do it.
I find that hilarious when people do that because they've started doing that with, the exercise thing, Peloton.
Oh, right,
when people do really, really well and they get like top speeds and they're the top of the class because
they
it's
start
like online.
altering their username to be really funny.
Yeah, it would be like Hugh Janus and stuff like that. But what's great is when you reach like first place, the people running the Peloton class will always give a shout out. And I love the idea.
Oh,
and this is the great thing. I love the idea of some guy who is or girl who has such a funny sense of humor. They're pushing themselves to be their best and do the exercise.
Just so that their funny name can get read out.
Just to get that name out there. And I think that's so funny, the dedication to be like, I will get Hugh Janus read out. I think that's so funny to me. But yeah, right. So let me take you back to 1981 when arcades were rampant across the western side of the world, especially America. So Polybius, I think that's how you say it. I've seen a couple of videos and people were saying it different. Polybius,
something like that, yeah.
We'll go Polybius, if I remember. So Polybius is an urban legend about a lost arcade video game. According to the legend, a new game appeared in arcades around Portland, Oregon in 1981. The gameplay was supposedly psychoactive, abstract and dangerous. Children who played the arcade game were said to suffer from amnesia, seizures, night terrors and hallucinations. Despite these adverse effects, the arcade cabinet was described as so addictive that players returned to Polybius repeatedly until they went insane, died, or vanished.
Okay.
So this is a genuine thing.
I can understand, like, if I remember rightly, the video game in question is very flashy, isn't it? Flashy images.
Yeah.
So I can understand it inducing like seizures.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. I guess if you've got a nervous disposition, night terrors and that sort of thing could probably occur as well.
And so some people say as well that there were subliminal messages within the flashes of random things popping up, almost like power of suggestion and things like that. So the lack of any surviving Polybius cabinets is explained by men in black, who are said to record data on the players before removing all the arcade machines. So this is where...
The men in black removed all the arcade machines?
Yeah. So there is a conspiracy theory that this was these arcade machines were planted by the government, because it is also known that in the 70s, the government were randomly doing experiments on the public just to see how they would react.
Like MK Ultra and all that sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah. So it kind of follows on from that, where people think that this is a theory that it was planted by the government to test these things and record the effects of these kind of things.
I don't think there would have been any laws against like the subliminal messaging back then either, would there?
No, there wouldn't have been.
I think it probably would have been because of games and stuff like that these laws were brought in at a later point. But
yeah. I mean, it's weird because with laws, when I went to the States in the mid-2000s, you still had random adverts where it was like, have you taken this medication and your eyes are falling out, then you reach 0800. So people had been taking medication and there was no laws against them taking, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, it's like, oh, actually, you probably shouldn't have been taking that medication. It's kind of, it reminds me of that a little bit, where it's like, oh, let's put this arcade game out there, see the effects, and then...
we probably shouldn't have done that. Better to ask forgiveness than it is for approval.
However, Pirate, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer so soon, but however, there is no actual evidence for any Polybius machines in the 1980s. The earliest known print reference is the September 2003 issue of Game Pro, right? And the earliest online reference to Polybius is a website dated to 1998.
Hang on, so there were no actual machines?
This is the thing. There's no actual evidence. So, what I mean by that...
so people... it's a bit of a Mandela effect. People remember playing it. They remember actually going there, playing the game.
Yeah.
And that, but then the game's all disappeared, Men in Black, apparently. And now there's no evidence for there ever being a game in the first place.
Yes. So there are pictures of old arcade machines covered in dust where you can clearly see Polybius like on the top and stuff like. So, and it's also word of mouth. So over the years there have been people coming forward, like people in their 50s, like, I definitely played that game in the 80s and stuff like that. So there's been accounts, or I've definitely seen that in an arcade room. They might not have played it themselves, but they're like, I've definitely seen that in the 80s. So it's a bit of a Mandela, a little bit of a myth, a little bit of a legend, but there's no actual physical evidence left.
So is there no footage of this game then?
Some people have recreated the footage from what they remember or what they have been told from back in the day. So there's accurate accounts of what the game would have looked like, but because it was 1981, it's a bit like nowadays trying to find footage of the Atari kind of thing. It's like it's so outdated. It's like you can probably find a few examples, but if you were to type in video game blah 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 on YouTube, you're going to get Xbox, PlayStation, PC. You're going to get everything else. Atari is barely going to get mentioned. So maybe it's one of those kind of things. So there is no record of the supposed publisher, and no surviving arcade cabinet has resurfaced physically. So there's pictures, but there's not physical copies.
That's fair. I would say this is my. I only have a certain amount of it, but my business mind. There's got to be some reference to it in somebody's ledger from when they hired the machine or sold the machine. Bought and sold. If these machines were a thing, surely there are receipts or something, some kind of mention of them somewhere.
If they weren't planted and taken away by the Men in Black.
That's a good point.
So, people claiming to have seen a Polybius arcade machine may be conflating it with memories of unusual titles of other games from that period, such as Cube Quest and Tempest. So there's some suggestion that you've just got them mixed up with...
They were similar sort of gameplay sort of thing.
Yeah. Journalists and scholars have linked the urban legend to cultural anxieties from the period and real but unrelated events. In 1981, 2 Portland residents became ill while playing games at the same arcade. 10 days later, the Federal Bureau of Investigation raided multiple Portland arcades for illegally converting arcade games into gambling machines. So that's another thing where people are...
Yeah.
So it is kind of like what you said, like a kind of Mandela effect, where these things are being linked. Parents publicly expressed concerns that the new video game arcades could be dangerous. There were reported cases of epileptic seizures, and one teenager died while playing Berserk, which led to rumours of a cursed arcade game.
Oh, okay.
So, again, maybe a little bit of twisting over the years.
Twisting the story and, Chinese whispers sort of thing.
There was also urban legends spread of arcade cabinets built to hypnotise players, a bit like MK Ultra. These rumours...
Keep playing. Another quarter.
More quarters. These rumours influenced science fiction, including Robert Max's novel Arcade. Additionally, Atari covertly tested unfinished games in real arcades to monitor player reactions. So that's another thing.
I suppose,
the urban legend has had a lasting cultural impact, which is weird because I'd not heard about it until David mentioned it. It has persisted in video game journalism and appeared in music, television, film, and performance art. 2 video games titled Polybius... how was I even saying? Polybius. So a video game called Polybius? I can't actually remember it. One was released in 2007 and then another one in 2017, claiming a connection to the purported arcade game in fiction. The game and legend have been used to evoke 1980s nostalgia, supernatural themes, and conspiracy theories. So Polybius, that was it. So Polybius, there has been a game released, or 2 games, 2007 and 2017, but they're nothing like the original.
Oh, right,
They've just taken the title. Yeah. So that's the main story of basically
cursed video game.
That's the.
It may not have even existed in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
I have got another one for you. This one is odd to me because I have never played Minecraft. I don't know how to play Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it either.
But I know it's popular.
Very popular, yeah.
If we could mention Minecraft in the title, maybe we'll get some
Possibly,
more
we would get 24 million downloads.
So I stumbled across this thing called Herobrine. And Herobrine is an urban legend from the sandbox video game Minecraft. So from what I can understand and what I've read, I probably won't go through all this because it's just a gobbledygook to me.
Right.
There's a main character called Steve in Minecraft, and people reported it's like a green shirt, blue jeans, goatee.
That does ring a bell, to be fair.
So I don't really know what Minecraft is. Maybe someone can enlighten us what the actual thing is. What I got,
sandbox world of like building
stuff.
and stuff, but it's all in cubes, and
and what I got told is again I don't know if this is the game, but what I got told is when it gets to nighttime,
zombies
or night crawlers or something
like that,
whatever. But there's a main character called Steve. And there was a version or like a glitch of him, which basically made his eyes solid white with no pupils. and his behavior involved destroying the player's world, like just completely destroying everything that they'd built and stuff. And it was a glitch that wasn't supposed to happen. So there's now an urban legend where I even saw a video where a dad is kind of telling his son like about
look out for Steve.
Yeah, like look out for Hero Brian or whatever this thing is, and it's a bit wild. I don't really understand.
So Steve is Hero Brian. Or Hero Brian is
a version of Steve
that has gone glitched.
Yeah, I did see one video where it was kind of flicking between Steve with white eyes and looking a bit zombie-ish to like a Grim Reaper, and then back to Steve, and it was kind of glitching out, and it was walking towards the player, and
that'd be pretty freaky.
It was a little bit freaky. So there's another example.
Yeah, I think I'd turn tail and run.
There was even players on live streamers or live streamer players, and trying to get to the bottom of it, but no one could ever really find anything. But to the point where even the creators of Minecraft address it and treat it as like a joke, like there's an urban myth, and it's like, oh, that never happened or anything. But there have, again, Mandela effect, there have been people that said, no, that definitely happened to me. So depending on who you ask.
See, if I was the developer, I would intentionally put that code in there and just say, no, there's nothing like that in the game. No.
But it's actually become like an internet meme, and you can actually get it and create it as a mod now.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Even though it was never really a thing in the first place.
Even though it was originally a curse.
Yeah.
So you can now have a modded curse on your Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
but it's actually considered a legend in the Minecraft.
Does it have an achievement attached to it? That's what I want to know.
I don't think so.
That's no good then.
It actually ranked in the Guinness World Records poll for one of the best video game villains, despite never truly existing.
That's brilliant.
So it's craziness. Yeah, I don't really understand it, but there you go. There's another little urban legend. I've got some short stories and little examples of cursed games. Right. I will mention a couple more that I haven't actually taken screenshots for. So I literally remembered this myself yesterday.
Well done.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the original Pokemon, Red and Blue and all of that? Do you remember Missing No, or Missingo as people used to call it, where you would surf on Cinnabar Island and there was a glitch, and depending on the social events, whether you defeated this, basically it was missing number. So it was just a bunch of cubes and squares, right? So obviously for those that don't know Pokemon, you catch them, you level them up, you take on gym members, you win a stone, you defeat the Elite Four or whatever it is.
Right.
So when you get to Cinnabar Island, at that point, your Pokemon are like level 50, 60 or whatever. And there was things called rare candies in the Pokemon game. Rare candies would instantly level up your Pokemon.
Right.
So you wanted to go into the final boss battle with like level 80, level 100 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now, the legend, or I did it myself back in the day, what people used to do was with this glitch, if you had rare candy as like your 7th item in your storage, did these series of events, which I'll explain in a minute, it used to give you 100 times what the thing was in the 7th. So people would put rare candy.
To get 700 times the...
Yeah, so you'd end up with loads of rare candy, and then you could just go through and level up all your Pokemon to level 100, and you are unbeatable, and that's how people used to basically...
Exploit the game.
The game. So Missingo, or Missing No, was just a collection of cubes and like pixels, and it would make this weird screeching noise when it popped up on the screen.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
And you could only find it by going as far right to the map that you could and surfing up and down Cinnabar Island, because it was kind of like an unknown zone. Like they didn't expect people to find this kind of thing. And the Pokemon would pop up, you defeat it, you get that, you can upgrade Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. But that is essentially a glitch. I remember when I first saw that thing, I heard about it. I was like, oh, I'm going to try it out. And I remember first seeing Missing No. And when you're a kid and you're like 10 years old or whatever, you think your game's about to break and you've lost your save. You're like, oh no, what have I done? Like, it's a glitch. Like, you don't understand it. So it freaked me out because I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was going to mess up everything. So it's not technically a curse, obviously, but I'm now transitioning into like glitches and weird things in games that freak people out. So it's going along those lines because there's only really one cursed game, which I've already talked about. So I'm now transitioning into other stories. So that was one example that I thought of myself. The other one, do you remember Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
Do you remember
I didn't like the early games because of the camera angles.
Ah, okay. Well, some people will know what I'm talking about. With Metal Gear Solid, there was a boss called Psycho Mantis.
Yeah.
And when you were a kid and you used to play that, it would pop up with, it would give you information about yourself. It would say, I see you're into Castlevania, or I see you're into Sonic the Hedgehog, whatever the other games are. And you get freaked out because you're like, how is this thing reading my mind? When you get older, you kind of Google it and realize it was just reading your memory card. But when you're a kid, you don't put those things together. And what is clever is the amount of times that has tricked people. And then, do you know one of the only ways you can defeat Psycho Mantis from saying all this stuff is quite clever.
Delete your memory card.
No, you would have to. You'd basically have to pull out your controller out of slot 1 and put it into slot 2. That was one of the. I think that was the only way at the time, or I think there was only 2
Wouldn't
ways
you lose control of your character though?
No, because you'd still have a controller. You just go into slot 2.
Oh right, okay.
But it's kind of like a weird artsy thing to put into a game anyway. But it would basically read your memory card, say this stuff to you, so it freaks you out, and then you couldn't do anything, and the only way you could was to take you. So there's a little bit of psychological trauma there. Like, that's kind of odd. I've got a couple of examples for you as well. I'm going to save the best one for last because it comes with a picture, and I'm going to show you the picture.
I wonder if you're going to mention the one that I'm thinking of now, and I can't remember what game it is, but I'll let you carry on before I...
So there's GTA San Andreas.
Oh, that was a good one. That was the last one I actually played all the way through.
So, well...
I've not played 4 all the way through, or 5.
Did you ever have anything weird happen to you playing that game?
San Andreas? No, not really. I know that a mountain bike, you can pretty much ride up the side of a building because it'll literally climb any slope.
Right, yeah. That's a fun glitch, though. That's all right. So,
no, I don't think I had anything strange happen, no.
So there has been reports of some weird things with people playing San Andreas. Again, not cursed, obviously, but freaky stuff that shouldn't happen in games with glitches is what I'm getting onto. There have been reports of people in San Andreas, like built-in computer characters.
Yeah.
There's one here where a guy took a load of pictures, so a computer player took a load of pictures, and then just walked into the river and committed sui.
Oh.
So, because obviously we can't say the word. So,
Right.
So weird things like that. There was another one where they were just taking pictures of random things and of other people. So it was almost like voyeurism within the game of like computers taking pictures of other computers.
Oh, right.
Random stuff like that.
In San Andreas, you had a camera and you had to go around and find these picture spots. You could it would tell you where to take a picture of when you're looking through the camera.
Okay.
In the game, and there was like 50 different camera spots that you had to get for if you were a completionist. If you wanted the achievement for doing all the camera shots, you had to go around finding them. But you could only see them when you're actually looking through the camera.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. Then. There was cases of cars randomly spawning in the air and landing on pedestrians in San Andreas. So again, not cursed, but just random glitches.
Sorry, no, I'm not going to say that because it's disgusting. I'll tell you after the episode.
Is it what I'm thinking, where it's like the main reason everyone plays GTA is just to...
No, it was... I might as well say it now. A mate of mine
You might have to edit this out.
Played GTA, and with the camera, he was going around just taking random shots. And he leaned over a bridge and took a shot in through a car windscreen, where the woman was the picture was taken in a way. The woman was holding on to the steering wheel, but the steering wheel hadn't been rendered in, and the way her hand was holding it made it look a little wrong.
Right, okay. That's not what I thought you were going to say. Okay, right, I'm with you. Well, again, another glitch that shouldn't be in a game.
Exactly, yes.
This one's not so much glitches, but I saw this all over Reddit with a lot of people mentioning The Sims 2, specifically the DS version.
Right.
So I'll just read out this snippet here that someone wrote in. They said, sounds dumb to say, but it's a different one from the computers. It's quite a strange game. Your car breaks down in a town, appropriately named Strange Town. A guy, Jeb, tells you that he can fix it, but it's going to take a few days, so you should go to the hotel to get a room. Upon doing so, the desk worker is asleep, and upon walking up, he tells you that he is in need of a new manager or whatever, because the previous one ran out after having been driven mad. The game then is just you becoming the new owner/manager of the hotel and everything else. But this isn't the creepy part about the game. There's a few other things. So aliens can invade the hotel, and you have to fight them with a water gun.
Right.
The music that plays with this is very creepy. It was terrifying. There's another example here. A guy named Tristan will tell you that he's sad because his girlfriend got carried away by a pack of life-size scorpions. A mobster called Frankie asks you to blow up the mayor, to which you say no. The mayor is also crazy, and while after you tell him no, he gives you a wriggling suitcase and tells you to bury it in the desert.
Right.
You can get abducted by aliens. The basement of the hotel holds what some would call the rat cave because it's a parody of the bat cave. You can have a superhero rat suit and have to fight off criminals.
Okay.
A killer robot is in the penthouse and tries to kill you upon entering. There is literally a cow cult.
A cow cult?
A cow cult. And
right.
It says here, I'm pretty sure you have to wake up a mummy to get rid of them. Right?
Okay.
And then they say there's a lot of other stuff that they're probably forgetting, but it was a very weird game and it was very unsettling, and it sticks with them even now. So in some ways, they've cursed themselves by playing the game.
I can relate to that. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person that has played a game for so many hours in one day and finished playing it so late in the evening and tried to go to bed, and then all you've got is the computer game going through your brain as you're trying to sleep. And literally you start dreaming that computer game and all the things that can go wrong in it. All happen, don't they? You know, I've been in that more times than I'd like to admit to, but it does happen.
It's a tough one because I feel like with video games, you're more immersed in it, aren't you? Because you're playing
more so than
characters.
films, yeah.
Yeah, and I always remember my dad used to have the game on the computer where it was almost like solving a detective, like being a detective in like a haunted house where you'd have to find clues and things and go around the house, and then a ghost would pop out from the mirror and it was all scare jumpy and stuff like that. Can't remember what the game was, but horror games have been a thing for a long while.
A long time,
I could never remember the game's name, but we're talking arcade style. And if someone could actually, from what I'm about to say, if they could work out what the game is, I'll be so impressed. So you basically play like a skater kid with like a black shirt and jeans with a backwards cap, and you're walking around, and one of the boss fights is a giant baby, like full on diaper nappy with a dummy, and there's like zombies, and it always stuck with me because it was just such a weird, like unsettling game.
Was it 2D, 3D?
It was like we're talking like Windows 98 kind of. I think it was like Sega, that kind of pixelated graphics, where it was like
top-down view sort of thing, or
no, it's like kind of
isometric,
sideways. Is it 2D?
Oh, like, side scroller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where you're like
2D.
kind of
Okay.
you can go up and walk around and go into houses and find weapons and things, and it was just a combination of like zombies and giant babies that were like trying to eat you. Terrifying when you're a kid, but yeah, it's weird how games kind of stick with you, and maybe in some ways they are cursed because they leave an imprint in our brains.
I've played some games that have left an imprint on me. Definitely.
What was that one you said about the real scary one?
There's two that come off the top of my. Yeah, because we were talking about this a couple of months ago at work, weren't we? And when I've checked on YouTube videos, when we were talking about it, about like the scariest games that have ever been created, out of I think it was the top 5, I've played 3 of them.
Nice. Okay.
And I would say that the 2 scariest games that I've played, well, the 2 scariest levels, not necessarily the whole game, Vampires the Masquerade.
Okay.
Where you have to go into a haunted house.
No, thank you.
And I'll tell you what, they do that really, really well. There's so many jump scares. Like you go into the kitchen, all the drawers start flying open, and there's stuff, just like flipping out all over the kitchen. Stuff flying everywhere. You see the apparition of a little white ghost girl with black hair, and pointing a direction, the way that you got to go, and all that sort of thing. But I think the scariest computer game that I ever played was Thief 3: Deadly Shadows, the Shalebridge Cradle, which I think is something like only like the second from last mission in the entire game, or something, or it's third from last mission, something like that. And it's a very long mission. Mm-hmm. You have to keep going backwards and forwards in time, and it doesn't matter whether you're backwards or forwards in time. The place is still haunted and it's still freaking you out, and there's lots of stuff to avoid. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those are the 2 scariest games that I've ever played that I actually have stuck with me and like disturbed me a little bit.
Well, what if I told you I'm about to show you an image that is super terrifying for I'd say one of the biggest game franchises that is meant to be aimed at kids. And
Silent Hill?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog, right, okay.
So, just a brief... I've read 2 different...
It's not a naked Dr. Robotnik, is it?
No. This is more terrifying. Which is weird that in some places they call him Eggman, not Dr. Robotnik.
Do they?
We grew up with Dr. Robotnik.
Dr. Robotnik, yeah.
And then over the course of the early 2000s or whatever, or maybe, I have no idea when actually, he became Dr. Eggman.
Oh.
I was just as shocked when I was like, when did that happen? And they were like, well, he's kind of always been called Dr. Eggman. And I was like, has he?
That's another Mandela effect that we haven't covered on this episode.
I don't know when it happened, but... When we were kids, I always thought Dr. Robotnik, and then Dr. Eggman. Now I have no idea why. What's happened there? Someone will tell us because there's some nerds
someone will figure it out.
So I've heard 2 stories about this urban legend.
Right.
The first one is the not so interesting one. Is allegedly someone was playing Sonic 2, so Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and
Sonic and Tails, yeah.
Yeah, one of them. Who knows?
I think that's where they introduced Tails. Yeah.
And the story goes that when there's the level where Sonic's drowning and you get the and he normally just has like that little bounce spring, whatever. And
you have to catch the air bubbles and go,
yeah. So there's a level where someone's Sega computer glitched out. And when Sonic died, it took them to a screen with a character called Bobface. And it is
Bobface.
Bobface, right? And this is what the image popped up, and the urban legend is that way. The other story I've heard, before I show you the image, the other story is one of the developers of Sonic handed in the game to be like, oh, this is the sequel to Sonic, this is Sonic 2, I've done this, that and the other, developed this game. When the person who received it went through, right at the end, this thing popped up, Bobface, and was like, what's this all about? Like, this isn't Sonic, this is terrifying. And the developer was like, I don't know how that got on there. It's got nothing to do with me. So there's a myth there where it's like this random image popped up. The other little story is, say story. One of the little theories is the developer did know it was on there, and it was a prank.
Of course, he would do, yeah,
to scare the people,
like an Easter egg or something. Yeah.
But then that's also been kind of argued as because it's completely different graphics, and it looks like it's done on like Microsoft Paint.
Oh right,
so
okay.
Bob face, either way, popped up on Sonic when it shouldn't be there.
Right.
And before I show you, I will, for the audio listeners, it is a man with a big grin on his face, terrifying grin, with a green suit, giving the peace sign, and in the background is his own face with his teeth smashed in and his mouth and his bottom jaw missing on a building, and he has a bullet hole through his chest and there's blood coming out. All right. That is Bob face.
Oh my god!
Now imagine seeing that if you're like 8-10 years old or something popping up.
Yeah, that's slightly terrifying.
Yeah, so I'm not going to show it, but
that grin. Oof.
Yeah, if you want to know the image I'm talking about, just type in Bob face Sonic. It's the man in the green suit.
Into a popular search.
And that photo is actually edited because they've changed the blood blue.
Yeah.
And I've seen another picture where it's red and there's a little bit more blood, but that's that's the edited version. That's still terrifying.
That's still pretty weird.
But imagine that popping up.
I don't know how the developer would not know that that's there. That's something that has been intentionally put into the game, if you'd ask me.
Yeah. It's terrifying for Sonic either way.
Yeah.
But that is all I've got on Cursed and Haunted Video Games Pirate. A collection of short stories and little quirks.
Yeah, okay.
Mainly because I'm on a video game hype, so I wanted to include my research into something I was already doing. And my mate Dave gave me a heads up on something, so I was like, I'll check it out.
Fair enough. Well, I found it very interesting anyway, and I wish you all the best on Star Wars Outlaw. I will say that, like, stealth games are addictive. I love them.
Yes, they are.
I love them. I loved like all the Splinter Cells, all of those old games. Yeah, again, like you say, Hitman, that sort of thing. Like you say, they do tend to have a steep learning curve. They're difficult to start with, but once you've found that golden nugget, then you get into it, and you're like, yes, I know I can sneak around this place without being seen.
Yeah. Like, it's so funny because the first few levels, it's like there's 2 or 3 people that you have to sneak around, and I kept failing, and I was like, this is a terrible game. And then the other day, I literally did a mission where there was like 14 people that I had to sneak around, and I did it, and I got an achievement for not being spotted. Yeah. I was like, yes, I love this game.
I think it was the Dishonored game. I got the hardest achievement for like completing the game without killing anybody and without being seen once.
Nice.
So
very impressive.
Yeah.
But if there's any games out there that have cursed or haunted other people, scarred them, traumatized them, games that I've missed, or there's certain games. I know there might be some people that would say, like Manhunt. Like that got banned.
That was banned. I did play. I enjoyed that game.
You're part of the problem.
I know. I thought it was a good game. It was weird with that pig with a chainsaw at the end, but it was
Yeah, there's a lot of banned games. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about actual games that maybe were innocent, like Pokemon, where it just happened to freak you out or whatever. Just let me know.
Stardew Valley freaked you out.
That is also at the current time the game of the month for free on PlayStation.
Is it?
Yeah.
You should take it. Have a go at it.
I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, kind of do it for a living. Kind of working on a farm, so it's like when
I've never downloaded Stardew Valley.
So when my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, you should get Farming Simulator and play it with me," I'm like, "Dude, I live Farming Simulator every day.
Farming Simulator?
Years.
No, it's nothing like our actual job.
But it's still that world, man.
Like, I know, it is still the same. Yeah, I know, because I downloaded Farming Simulator 19, I think it was. I played that for a couple of weeks, and then just thought, how sad am
Yeah.
I? I drive a tractor around a field all day. I come home and I'm playing a computer game, driving a tractor.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not doing that to myself. When we finish work, I'm like, right, switch off. No more farming. Like,
Yeah.
This is nuts. That people are like, oh, farming simulator. Oh, my crop has gone up 3%. I'm like, what? Like, I don't care.
It's time to spread lime on my fields.
Yeah. Oh no,
They're
combine.
virtual fields with virtual soil and virtual lime.
Yeah, my brother-in-law actually said to me once, like, oh, I made 3 mil yesterday. I was like, what? And he was like, farming simulator, obviously. I was like, oh, yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Because every farm just earns 3 mil in a day on farm. Yeah.
There's no season. Well, I think there are in some of the newer farming simulators, but yeah, it's just like literally you plant a crop 3 days later, it's ready.
Yeah.
Don't matter what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is video games for you.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying video games at the moment, and you know.
I like breaking video games.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, you like trying to get the maximum reward for
minimum effort.
minimum effort.
Well, but the thing is, the stupid thing is, half the time that minimum effort is still a lot more effort than actually playing the game properly.
Yeah.
It's just I'm like, oh, something shiny there. I'm going to do this instead, and then suddenly the main theme of the game just goes out of the window, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
For hours and hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. Because sometimes if I'm playing a game and there's like a side quest where it's like you can have this or gain this, I'll quickly Google it, see if it's worth doing. And if it's like you just get a golden goblet, I think I'll be all right, to be honest. No. And I'll just carry on with the main quest.
Car dealer simulator that I've been playing lately. I know you're taking the mick at me for that one. But, like, yeah, all right, it's a simulation game where you're supposed to buy and sell cars.
No.
The thing is...
What?
The thing is, when you get to a certain level, you can buy a repair machine for your workshop, so you can just go round and pick up scrap cars for free, repair everything that's on them, and sell them for 100% profit.
Nice.
Why would I want to buy another car?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When that feature is in the game, you're only meant to be able to do it every once in a while, but like, I just got this backlog of scrap cars that I've got to go and collect. And when you get to like level whatever it is, you get this machine that can repair the whole thing. As long as the piece is installed on the car, you can repair it.
Yeah, that's a glitch and a half.
Yeah. So I've got like 170,000 pounds or something like that, all from just repairing scrap cars.
That's kind of like when you go bowling and have the bumpers on, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
It's like kind of defeats
So
it.
I'm not really playing the game because you're meant to take the scrap cars to the scrap dealer and get rid of them without lowering your reputation. But like at a certain point of the game, you can just do the car up to 100% and just flog it as a brand new car.
Yeah.
And you haven't even paid for it.
Yeah. Another great glitch.
Yeah. So come back here for more of your computer game exploits.
Yeah. Let us know your favourite games and if you've been cursed by one.
And until next week, I've been Pirate.
I'm Josh.
This has been Paranormality UK. Ta-ta.
Ta-da!